Hello and welcome. My name is Avery Burdette and I'm product manager for digital musical instruments here at Yamaha in the United States. With me is guitarist and gear guru Brian Swerdfeger, and together we're going to introduce you to the Yamaha G50 MIDI guitar converter. In what may be the first application of a neural network in the design of a musical instrument product, the Yamaha G50's detection circuitry is capable of converting the guitarist's natural technique into MIDI information faster and with greater accuracy than ever possible before. When combined with the 32-bit RISC processing and proprietary Yamaha VLSI technology, the Yamaha G50 really represents a revolution in guitar to MIDI conversion. While it is possible to use the G50 with any MIDI tone generator, we have provided automatic setup capabilities for the MU50 and MU80 and the VL series of tone generators from Yamaha. This gives you an instant setup capability and access to an incredible variety of sounds right out of the box. Perhaps the most important aspect of any MIDI guitar system is the tracking. The neural network designed detection circuitry in the G50 is capable of detecting pitch, dynamics, articulation, phrasing, even the location of the pick on the string, faster and with greater accuracy than ever before. It actually feels natural. It's even so fast that it works on bass. Later on, we're going to give you some extended examples, but right now I want to show you a few things that make the G50 very unique. Okay, Brian, now let's show them what we're talking about. All the sounds you're about to hear will be coming from the MU80. There is no direct guitar signal. One of the most basic aspects of playing the guitar is the strum. And before the G50, this has not been possible with the MIDI guitar control. G50 also has the unique ability to detect where on the string you are picking between the neck and the bridge. And in this case, we'll send a program change according to pick location. This next example will send MIDI controller number 74 with 127 values between the bridge and the neck to open and close the filter. Thanks, Brian. And so you won't think I'm the only one talking about the G50. Here are a few comments from guitarist Dann Huff and the world-renowned bass player Victor Wooten.
About a month ago, 2 months ago, I had a phone call from Avery, and he said, Dan, you need to check out a guitar synth. And I told him that I said I'd check it out because I've known Avery for a long time, but inside I kind of was thinking, I'm not too interested in this. I've heard them all before. None of them track very well. The sounds aren't good. They're not usable for what I do in the studio. And he cornered me at the NAMM show in Nashville and said, come on, man, you said you'd come and hear this thing. So I went down to the booth and sat down, and a bunch of people were sitting around, and I put on, I think this the same guitar, or one guitar they had sitting around that was similar, and picked up the guitar and started playing some really fast stuff right off the bat, just to kind of see this thing doesn't track well, and I was going to be done with it and go home. And what happened was just the opposite of that. I couldn't play fast enough for it. Not that I'm the biggest speed demon on the guitar, but it's fast enough for what I do. And the instrument would track. Not only that, but he was printing out what I was playing on a computer. And I was kind of flabbergasted at the moment. All of a sudden my mind was spinning around thinking of all the applications I was going to use this for in my work in the studio. Because I've never quite been able to get tones like on lead guitar that have the depth that I've wanted. I know how to do a guitar amp scenario as good as as good as I need to, but I've always lacked that depth in the sound, and so basically this is going to supplement everything that I do as far as lead sounds, the applications of pads with just chord changes and stuff like that are basically up to the imagination.
Hello, I'm Victor Lamont Wooten, and you're listening to the Yamaha G50 MIDI converter. It's really neat. You can attach it to your own instrument. It's just a little pickup with a little controller on the back. It's out of the way, and it sounds great. So now, just like a keyboard player, take your strings, play any sound you want. And I'm going to play you one of my favorites, the acoustic bass. And when I blow through the breath controller, you'll hear a little saxophone.
Here's what you'll need for a basic G50 MIDI guitar system. First, the G1D divided pickup, then the G50 converter, an MU50 or an MU80, and an FC4 or 5 pedal switch. In any MIDI guitar system, one of the most critical aspects of tracking speed and accuracy is the installation and placement of the divided pickup. To get the most out of the G50 system, the pickup must be properly installed. If you're not comfortable with this, maybe you should consider having it installed by a professional. In any case, we're going to take you through the basic installation steps. Please refer to the details that are provided in the installation instructions in the G1D package. The G1D pickup can be installed on most any guitar, electric or steel string acoustic, and included in the G1D package is everything you will need for both permanent and temporary installations. Before you start, make sure your guitar has a fresh new set of strings and that the strings are tuned up to pitch. Also, remove the G1D and all of its accessories for the package and carefully lay out all of the small parts so you'll be able to find them as they are called for. Begin by marking the optimum position for the pickup. It should be located between the bridge pickup and the bridge, ideally 20 millimeters or 3/4 of an inch from the bridge. Included in the G1D package is a small metal gauge that you may use to help determine the correct position. If the ideal 20 millimeter placement is not possible on your guitar, the pickup should be located as far as possible but no more than 20 millimeters from the bridge. Looking down from above the guitar, check to see if one pair of the magnetic yokes are under each string. String spacing varies on different guitars, and the pickup will function properly as long as each string passes over part of the magnetic yokes, not necessarily the center. You must be sure that the strings pass over the yokes even when bending the strings. Once the pickup has been positioned correctly, carefully mark the position on the guitar body. You may also use small pieces of masking tape if you don't want to mark directly on the guitar. Now it's time to set the pickup height. Adjust the height of the pickup by using the appropriate spacer or combination of spacers provided in the G1D package. Don't peel off the backing as yet. It is easier to adjust them before they are sticky. The distance between the top of the pickup and the bottom of each string should be about 1 millimeter when each string is fretted at the highest note on the neck. Use the metal clearance gauge like this to check your work. Once you have marked the correct position and height, apply the double-sided tape to the bottom of the pickup and remove the backing. Remove the backing from the required pickup spacers and carefully attach them to the bottom of the pickup. Finally, carefully attach the pickup spacer assembly to the guitar at the marked position. Check the pickup height again and play the guitar in all ranges to ensure that the strings do not come in contact with the pickup. If all is well, then the installation is complete. Once the pickup has been installed correctly, position and attach the controller in a place that will not interfere with your playing or with any of the guitar's controls or adjustments. The controller can be attached by screw by using the bracket on the end pin or by using any of the supplied adhesives or suction cups. Now that Brian has successfully installed the pickup and the control unit on the guitar, we need to continue with the setup procedure by setting up the tone generator, in this case the MU80. We'll enter the tone generator setup mode by pressing play and tuner simultaneously. You will see it read tone generator user 1, 2, and 3. For the MU50 or the MU80, we'll select tone generator mode 1 and execute by pressing yes. We have just downloaded 128 demonstration voices into the MU80 for use with the G50. We're going to use voice number 3 to continue the procedure to set the input gain for each string by pressing the input level button. It's very useful to use the meters on the MU80 to get a relative reading for sensitivity of each string. We can see by this that string number 4 needs more sensitivity and string number 2 needs less. Five, 6, 3, 2, and 1. 2. When the meters are approximately flat and level on a strum like Brian is playing now, we are through setting the input level. Next, we're going to take a few of the 128 demonstration voices provided by the TG setup mode and demonstrate some more of the unique capabilities of the G50. First, we have the string split mode, where the lower strings have one program and the upper strings have a separate program. Next, we have the picking split mode, where at any position along the string we have one program near the bridge and one program near the neck. And this location can be set in 10 different locations from the bridge to the neck. Next, we have the velocity split mode, where at high velocities the program automatically changes. And lastly, we have the ability to send a MIDI controller according to pick location. In this case, we're going to send modulation to this organ sound. And now Brian is going to demonstrate the several hold modes available in the G50. The first one is sustain mode 1, which acts like a normal sustain pedal where all the notes played sustain indefinitely until the pedal is released. Next, sustain mode 2, by pressing parameter Y and going to sustain mode 2, only the notes played when the pedal is pressed are sustained, allowing you to play other notes without benefit of sustain. And the third sustain mode allows us to sustain one sound while playing on top of it with an entirely different sound. In this case, sustained strings with an alto sax lead. Very cool. We couldn't pass up this opportunity to introduce you to the new MFC10 MIDI foot controller, a powerful addition to any MIDI system, but specifically suited to the Yamaha G50. It allows random access to up to 128 programs and control over effects and any MIDI functions that you desire. In addition to the foot controller included on the MFC10, there are 4 foot pedal inputs on the back as well as a WX input. And now introducing the QY700 sequencer and tone generator. When combined with the G50, it makes an extremely powerful system capable of sequencing your guitar parts and playing them back just as you recorded them. In fact, the G50 can be used with any XG compatible tone generator. That includes the QY700, the CS1X synthesizer, sound cards like the SW60XG and the daughter board DB50XG, as well as the QS300 and others. This makes for a powerful system, and the QY700 is capable of 4 6-channel passes plus 8 additional tracks, making it perfect for the G50's sequencing capabilities. A significant capability of the G50 that we may not have mentioned yet is its use with bass. You've probably already seen Victor Wooten's 4-pole bass pickup prototype that he's using on the road with the Flecktones. Soon we will be introducing a 6-pole bass pickup that will be appropriate for use on any 4, 5, or 6-string bass. The monosynth input allows for the fast and accurate conversion to MIDI of virtually any analog audio source, including the normal output of a guitar or bass without the use of a divided pickup, or even a microphone. I'd like to thank Brian and you for joining us on this tour of the Yamaha G50 MIDI converter. The speed and accuracy of this technology can only be appreciated if it's experienced, and I invite you to try one today. Thanks again, and so long.